Steve Kornacki, we will not ask you for any balloon reporting, but we did want to check in with you, Steve, about whether there is a story to tell about how President Biden is doing at this point in his presidency, whether there's, in particular, a numbers-based story.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting to look at Biden and to look at the broader political climate right now. And I think one thing that jumps out when you look through the numbers is I'm not sure there is a precedent in modern times for quite where we are in our politics right now. Let's take you through some of the numbers, because there are some numbers here with Joe Biden that politically for him aren't just not good. They're flat out bad. I mean, his approval rating still on average is sitting at 44%. He's been in the low to mid 40s really for the bulk of his presidency so far. He's sitting at 44% on average right now. Here in our latest NBC News poll, just a week ago, we were asking folks about the cost of living. Is your income keeping up with the cost of living? And you can see here our own NBC poll, almost 2/3 of voters saying they think they are falling behind, that their income is going up slower than the cost of living is. So that air of economic pessimism, it is still very much there. And then you ask about some specific attributes, some leadership and character and personality attributes. Again, from our poll here about Joe Biden, does pretty well in this question of is he easygoing or likable, but he's underwater when it comes to honest and trustworthy, competent and effective, having the necessary mental and physical health. These are some very alarming numbers politically for Biden and for his party. And yet, when I say the broader political climate is a little bit unprecedented, here's what I mean by that. Take that Biden approval rating we just showed you coming into this year 3 midterm State of the Union, 44%. These are the other 3 presidents in the last generations who, like Joe Biden, saw their party lose control of the House in their first midterm. Trump in 18, Obama in 10, Bill Clinton back in 94. This is where they were in their approval rating, basically at this same point as they delivered their State of the Union addresses. Basically, Biden's right smack in the middle of that territory. But look at this. This is how the midterms went for those 3 other presidents. Trump, Obama, Clinton, they got slaughtered. Biden and the Democrats lost 9 seats in the House. That's historically a pretty good performance for a White House party. And in fact, you could have seen a scenario if you looked at New York State where Democrats could have actually held the House with a couple breaks going their way. So Biden has all of these negative numbers that historically have added up to horrible midterm news. And he's not coming off a bad midterm at all. So I think what it does is it sets up the political climate. And you can see, by the way, the reason for this is that Biden's unpopular, his party's unpopular, but the Republican Party and Donald Trump, who's been unusually prominent for a former president, even less popular. So it sets up a question here for our political climate for the coming year, heading into 2024, what we're going to find out in 2023. Among Democrats, there's not a lot of enthusiasm for running Biden for a second term. But because Democrats had such an unexpectedly positive midterm, you're not seeing Democrats lining up to challenge him. It looks like he is going to run again. No indications yet of a major challenge to Biden. And so it sets up the big question on the Republican side. This is from an ABC Washington Post poll the other day. Do Republicans want Trump, or do they want someone else to be their candidate in 2024? And they are torn down the middle on that. And for the Democrats' standpoint, they were able to defy political gravity in 2022 because of the lingering presence of Donald Trump. Are Republicans going to decide in 2023 that they are still the party of Trump or that they are a different party? It's a key question, I think, just in terms of looking to the climate for these next 2 years of Biden's presidency.